Guys, man, so we get to hear from so many different perspectives. We've got coming up a guy who has been the CEO of a huge kingdom of real estate offices, running exit franchises for, what was it, 23 years? A whole long time building. Guys, you know what it takes to build a group of franchises, of real estate franchises? Do you know what it's like to build those in New York? Woo, it's tough. It's tough. 23 years building, and then one day, bam, something else hits, and he brought all of that magic over to eXp. But this guy, what I love about him is I see all his reels, and he's eating meat, and he's working out and building big muscles. This guy's awesome. Guys, you're in for a huge treat. So much knowledge from this guy, the Vincent Koo!
Thank you, Dave. Oh my gosh. All right. So I decided really early in my career that the best way to achieve more in real estate sales was to go out there and be the broker owner, to open up in multiple locations and gain market share through agent count. So that's what I did. We ended up with 3 locations, about 350 agents in New York. And, you know, I'm what you would call an SOB, son of a broker, depending on who you ask. My parents had a really successful brokerage long before I came into the business. And I spent all of about 6 months as a salesperson because I wanted more. So I went out there, took my broker's license right away. I took over as soon as I could. And then I pushed them to go out there and join a franchise. What I didn't realize was everything falls on the broker owner. And it was, in fact, not the best way to go out there and achieve more. I remember one day I was in my Manhattan office. It was towards the end of the day. I get a knock on my door, and it's the top team leader in that office. He comes in, he sits down, and he says, Vincent, we had a good number of years together. Everything is great, but I've got to go out there and open up my own brokerage now. And that day, $3 million in revenue walked out the door. Right? They say there's no crying in real estate, but whew, that day was rough. And you know what I got to keep was all the expenses that we built up supporting that team. A little while later, I get a call from a management company. This management company we've been working with, great relationship. And, you know, Vincent, hey, you're the broker of the office. Yes, I am. Okay, one of your agents, we think, is squatting in one of our buildings. He's jumping from apartment to apartment. We got him on video receiving food delivery late at night. And when we asked the super to go check on an apartment, the super opened the door and saw him walking around naked. Since you're the broker, you're responsible. And now we're not going to let any of your agents into our units. They say that awareness is the beginning of progress. Well, those 2 events made me hyper aware that I might not be in the right place. I might not be doing the right thing. Okay? If you guys are planning to go out there and open up a brokerage or join a franchise, there's a few things you need to know. Number 1, you do not own your agents, right? We're all independent contractors. You know that. We could even, barely get these guys to come in to work on time, right? What we do own are their actions, their mistakes, and their ethics, unfortunately. With these, when you join a franchise, you think you're joining a partnership, right? Everybody's waving the same flags. It's all the same colors. But what you find out very quickly is the franchise they're all independently owned and operated. The one right next door to you, all the ones surrounding your marketplace, they're all fighting for the same deals, the same market share, the same agents. When they win, you lose, and vice versa. There's no alignment. You know these territories that you own as a franchisee? They all come in terms. 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, depending on which company you join. Well, when those terms come due, what happens? You got to make a payment again, right? It's kind of like rent. So you're not really a franchise owner, you're kind of a franchise renter. Okay? And we as agents, we spend so much time telling our consumers to go out there and create wealth through ownership. And here we are renting in our business, right? Scary. Century 21. Those guys were the first franchise. You know, they created real estate franchises, right? They did great. They sold their territories. They sold so many of them to a point where there almost wasn't enough to sell. So what did they do? Very smart move. They went out there and they said, let's go buy ERA Realty. Okay? So now they're able to put an ERA right next to a Century 21. Those guys are competing on what? Market share, deals, and agents. And who wins? Parent company, right? So now we have that parent company owns Century 21, ERA, Coldwell Banker, Better Homes and Gardens, Sotheby's, Corcoran, I think a few others. How many of us have every single one of those brands in our market? Smart, right? As a broker owner, we always have to remember that the investment doesn't stop. It's not just about setting up the office, getting things started. Anytime you accumulate any profit, you're going to have to go feed the beast, okay? And it's not just about feeding the beast to make it grow. You got to feed the beast just to sustain, okay? So if brokerage is not the best way for us to go out there and get more, how do we do it as real estate salespeople? Okay? Obviously, we have our transactions. That's traditional. Everybody has deals, right? But what we have to mind the gap in between our deals, right? As agents, we depend on the money we made from our last deal. We're chasing the next deal. That's our life. So we have to go out there and fill in those gaps, right? We need to create leverage. How do we create leverage? For many of us, let's offset some of the expenses of this business, okay? Go out there and join a team, right? Let them handle the leads. Let them handle the marketing. Let them handle all the expenses. Or create leverage by starting a team and leverage the efforts and energies of agents. Okay? Like Brian said, go out there and get more assets, right? He said sources of income. Well, let's get multiple sources of income. How many of us have side hustles right now? Okay? If you don't, how hard is it to add one? How many things do we have that are related to real estate right now that we could do? Appraisals, inspections, what? Photography, staging. As real estate agents, we have the first opportunity to see opportunities in real estate, right? We have to be ready and willing to act when these opportunities arise so that we could accumulate assets. And then we have to participate in the compound effect, right? Albert Einstein, he said, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. Those that know it, earn it. Those that don't, pay it. I think right now it's probably the hardest time for anybody to be a real estate broker, right? Over the last, it's 24 years now, I've been watching something called commission compression, okay? It happens because of competition. It happens because of technology disruption. It happens because of consumer awareness, regulation. There's a lot of money in this business, isn't there? And everybody wants some of it, right? Our vendors want some. The referral fees are getting higher. The MLSs want some. The attorneys, they want some. That NAR settlement. Oh man, I had a broker call me. He said, Vincent, can you believe this? This guy's a franchise broker. He said, I have received 0 communication from my region and 0 communication from corporate on this settlement. I have no instruction on what to say to the buyers, what to say to the sellers, what to say to my agents. Nothing. They didn't even say, hey, you'll be okay. None of that. Can you imagine? You know, I expect that for the mom and pops, for the boutique companies, but for the franchises, I didn't expect that, right? And I think, what happens to their agents? How unsupported do they feel right now? Okay? And the scariest part to me is the enforcement of this settlement, right? Who does it fall on? MLSs, right? And you guys have all been jumping on Zooms, right? All of us, right? And I'm hearing all of the penalties that they're thinking about applying to enforce. I heard one yesterday where it was $2,500 to agents, automatically levied through AI. So they'll scrape your data and AI fine you. You can't even defend it, right? And then for the brokers, $5,000 to long-term suspension. Can you imagine having to go through that right now? But these brokers, we love them. We love them because they're great business people, right? They had to wear all the hats in their business, right? From recruiter to marketer to HR to janitor and all that stuff, right? But they're great business people. They have production. They have teams that they're running already. They have influence. They have networks. So for us, they would be great partners in production. They would be great partners in growth. And a lot of the agents, you might think, I've never been a broker owner, so there's no opportunity for me to go out there and build with broker owners. And I want to tell you that, I was invited to this company by an agent that was never a broker owner. Okay? And you all have the opportunity to do the same. I've helped many of my partners do that. eXp has done a ton of things for me. I was a non-producing broker for like 10 years before I came into this company. And I thought that I might have forgotten how to do it. All right? And all I had to do was just leverage some of the things that they gave us, some of the tools that they gave us. And now I'm like a 4-time IACON award recipient, right? And it's super simple. And all of our agents could do the same, right? When I first was exploring eXp, they invited me to this mastermind. It was a small group. It was in Vegas. In that room, man, it was like the top broker for a brand in a particular state, and another top broker for another state was there. I had the #1 independent brokerage by agent count in North America. He was in the room. Top team leaders, people that I followed, influencers, and they were all opening their playbook. And I was taking it all in. I was just like in shock. And, when it comes to investing in stock, I'm not an avid trader. I don't know if you guys are, but I like buy and hold companies that I use, right? Google, Tesla, Amazon, Apple, all those things, right? So when I heard about eXp's stock program, I said, wait a minute, we own the company and we get this stock, and I get to invest not only in myself, I get to bet on myself, but I get to bet on all those people that were in that room that day. Man. And now, I've been with eXp for 5 years. It's been an amazing 5 years. I've got 3 kids at home, 3 little boys. And, through this stock program, I get this weight off my shoulders because I know that no matter what college these kids choose, if they choose to go to college, they still got a few years. But if they choose to go, scholarship or no scholarship, they're covered. And I don't have to do anything different. All through eXp stock program. Fantastic. The rev share. Man, that's my side hustle right there, And, it fills in the gaps in between my paychecks. It gives me another source of income, that 5,000 sources. Man, that's what I want. This year, I'll exceed $1 million in revenue shared earned through eXp. Holy cow. Holy cow. Man, Glenn Sanford, hats off to, creating such an amazing model, but not only that, just improving on that model. Right? eXp, what is it? RevShare 2.0, amazing. Giving us all access, easier access to this. I just want to leave you guys with a few things. I want you guys to be able to go out there and just get in relation, right? With each other. It's so important. But get in relation with all the people that we want to partner with, right? People are going to join people that they don't know. So the first step is to go out there and get in relation. Second thing is just know all of the resources that we have, all of the amazing vendors that are here, the everything that eXp puts out for us, we need to know. We need to be a part of. Revenos, eXp Luxury, Bundle Select. I mean, all of these things that they come up with, they come up with it with us in mind, right? So we need to know it and know that it's a resource. But I think the most important thing is to know that eXp is the solution for us to have more in our business. And that's it, okay? So my name is Vincent Koo. I'm here and excited to really go out there and build with you all right? Thank you very much.